So, good morning, Prophet Frederick Delaney here, just queuing up another video back at the outpost. So, what's it look like after time? After time, the end of time, the end of tribulation, the end of the trials that the enemy has put us through, and we had to have faith no matter what. At least try to. So, after time, there's nothing else to talk about except how does it look after time? Okay, we built communities, not me, but we, the people, have built communities. And you could look at Detroit, Chicago, San Fran, or any of these places, and they were not sustainable, so they're collapsing. So we have to build sustainable communities based on we the people of the United States of America. But it's actually we the people all over the planet to build sustainable communities, not gentrification, however you say that, gentrified. So, how do you build a sustainable community to where everybody lives in a harmonious state, a heavenly state, a revival state of constant revolution and hometown feel? So you got to go back and look at all the history about how they built these communities, because you go back thousands of years, and some of these communities, they disappeared. But how do we build a sustainable community? That's what it's really about. So after all the craziness and the insanity and the government's being changed over, we have to build a sustainable community of people. And since people are always extremely lonely because they never had a sense of community for a long time, then in 2020, excuse me, the separateness, separated 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet, and to produce more loneliness and more discourse and more division and more insanity. That's why the suicide and drug overdose and everything is off the Richter scale. The alcohol abuse is off their chains, because it's the only thing people feel like a little sense of me time, my time, which is what the people are saying. Me time, my time. Can I get a little bit of comfort, And the only way they feel community or sustainable is when they go out and buy stuff and more stuff and more stuff, or drink more and drink more, drug more and drug more, and end up dead. And even you go back to Christianity, they said they want to go home. Everybody wants to go home. Well, what does that mean? Because Jesus is the revolution. Jesus started this revolution of time, this change up of time, state of understanding, the spiritual state. So they want to see, if they still say they want to go home, that means they want to die. They don't want to be part of the change. They don't want to be disciplined. They don't want to be part of what God's doing. Because, if you die from here, where are you going to be? Yeah, you can be in another room, which can be better, but you're still alive, because there's no such thing as death. So Jesus eradicated death, like you go back and reread the Great White Throne Judgment, where death and hell and everything is thrown in the lake of fire. So be praying about the missing parts of how to build a sustainable community. That's the only way that we will survive this next 1,000-year reign of the Lord. In the book of Acts, nobody had need. Anybody had any need? Somebody sold a cow or pig or house or whatever to supply the needs of the people, because all the needs were supplied because the community helped the people. So everything is far from government, religion, teachings and whatever, way far out, off the chart, on the wrong side, tipped to scales. There's no balance. So we'll talk about this a lot. I'm going to bring my son Joel in here, Prophet Joel, and because he researches a lot of stuff and how really they messed up Greenville, and they're still messing up. They're still buying the poor neighborhoods. and displacing the poor people. Poor people can't live in their own neighborhoods because they're being taxed out of their houses. They walk away with money, but there's no place to go because everything's too expensive right now. So what do? You live in a dilapidated house in a neighborhood that they tore down the houses. The builders have torn down the houses and built new houses, and now are selling them for over $400,000. When just 5, 6, 7 years ago, you could buy a house in that neighborhood for $45,000. 10%. So now we're displacing the people, separated, loneliness, separated, segregated by monies, stature, insanity. So this is what we need to address. So pray about it. Talk to me. Call me. My Facebook page. I'm going to make another Facebook page and change the name to Prophet Frederick so we can put out much for discussion on that. So, all right. God bless you. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Amen.